10 acres of land are being offered to the city of Gainesville to give the homeless community a place to settle down. Good evening. It's Thursday, December 18th. I'm Zach Dahlheimer.
And I'm Leanna Scacchetti. Thanks for joining us. Land behind Grace Marketplace is currently owned by the State Forestry Department, but it wants to donate the land to the city of Gainesville.
WUFT's Leah Harding joins us now live in the studio. Now, Leah, how does changing who owns the land will change the way the homeless live on it?
Zach, the land is now designated to help keep the homeless off of the streets in Gainesville. So changing who owns it also changes who decides what it can be used for. If the city accepts the offer, it would be a legal safe haven for the homeless community. Even still, it's home for some now, and it's their choice to camp there and not in the shelter right next door.
Russ Dye sleeps in a tent because of a friend.
She's been my friend for 10 years now, so I ain't leaving her nowhere.
A friend named Ginger. There are no animals, fires, alcohol, or drugs allowed inside the shelter. People like Dye, who call part of the 10 acres home, choose the pets and the fires over nights indoors. They can still use the services offered at the shelter. They just can't sleep inside.
The more restrictions we place on people who are living in this community, the less likely they are to actually use it as a service and as a place to be, and that means the more likely they are to be elsewhere in the community.
The choice to live in a tent is theirs.
Yes, this is our home.
But it's a home that doesn't belong to them.
This land belongs to the State Forestry Department. Technically, everyone staying here now is trespassing, but the state wants to give this land to the city of Gainesville. But in order for that to happen, the city has to agree to accept the land. That part hasn't happened yet.
The 10 acres is already a hub for the homeless community, keeping them off of the streets and close to the Grace shelter. And it would mean the squatters would be there legally.
We have verbal understandings with the state, but there's nothing that allows us to say, yes, you are allowed to stay here. That's been the intent from the beginning, but it has not been anything that we've established formally. So this is the first step towards having a place where people know they will be able to return.
John Bauer has been returning to his tent for 2 weeks. He is thankful he has a place to call home and for the neighboring shelter next door.
We are very grateful for the services they do provide. So, and they provide a lot, actually, a lot that we do need.
For the 10 acres, nothing can be decided until the city and the forestry department sit down and discuss the ownership and responsibilities of the land. Signing off for the last time on WUFT News, I'm Leah Harding.
All right, Leah, thank you, and we appreciate your hard work for us here at WUFT News.